A major breakthrough in the yogurt shop murders. Good evening, I'm Mike Warren. That case has remained unsolved for over 3 decades. Fox 7 Austin's Katie Pratt is in studio tonight to tell us what we know. Katie.
Yeah, Mike, Austin police have a suspect in the 34-year-old cold case. The quadruple murder at the I Can't Believe It's yogurt shop shook the city of Austin when it happened on December 6, 1991. Investigators believe Robert Eugene Brashers is responsible. Now, Brashers is dead. He committed suicide in 1999, years after 4 teenage girls were brutally murdered inside of the I Can't Believe It's yogurt store right off of West Anderson Lane in North Austin. The killer intentionally set the place on fire to get rid of any evidence before leaving the scene. A police officer was out patrolling that night when he noticed the smoke. First responders came to put out the fire, but inside, firefighters came upon the horrifying discovery. 17-year-old Eliza Thomas, 17-year-old Jennifer Harbison, and her younger sister, Sarah, who was 15 years old, along with Sarah's best friend, 13-year-old Amy Ayers, all shot in the head, bound by their clothing, some sexually assaulted. Here's reaction that Fox 7 got on the day after the murders.
Frightened that it's happened close to home, at home. It does frighten me.
I've been in homicide a pretty good time, and this is probably the worst one I have ever seen for the mere fact that it involved 4 young ladies all at the same time.
The families of these girls have been without answers all this time. In a statement the police released tonight, they wrote that they never gave up on solving this case for the loved ones of those little girls. Now, APD plans on hosting a news conference on Monday to give us the full timeline and more details.
What do we know about this suspect?
Well, Robert Brashers, he killed himself in a standoff with police in 1999, and then Brashers was arrested for beating and shooting a woman in the 1980s, but got out. A few months later, he raped and strangled a 28-year-old woman in South Carolina. Then in 1997, Brasher was connected to the rape of a 14-year-old girl in Tennessee. Then in 98, a 38-year-old mother and her 12-year-old daughter both shot and killed in their farmhouse in Missouri. And then later that day, Brasher tried to kill a woman in Tennessee. He shot her, but she survived, and she was actually able to provide police with a description of what he looked like. I mean, Brasher has a long criminal rap sheet, all of this, and then including, impersonating a police officer, burglary, unlawful possession.
God, there's more.
Yeah, it goes on and on and on.
How did they finally come up with him as a suspect, connect him to the yogurt shop?
Yeah, APD, they made the connection through a wide range of DNA testing. A source telling Fox 7 that evidence connecting Brashers to the murder was through the bullet casing found in the drain of the yogurt shop, which was later linked to Brashers and another crime scene outside of Austin. Now, DNA is actually how police were able to connect him to another murder. A Virginia lab matched his DNA to a relative who used...
So it was a bullet casing they found at the yogurt shop.
Right, and they're saying that DNA is matched. And so a few years ago, or whenever this was all happening, there was a relative of Brashers who submitted their DNA through GenMatch, which is kind of like 23andMe, to find out DNA.
Right.
And they were able to connect him to another crime through that.
Okay. All right. Well, police are going to speak more on this on Monday.
Yes.
They put this story out late on a Friday, which is kind of strange, but we're going to hear more on Monday.
Yeah, we'll find out exactly more about that DNA, how they connected all that.
Okay. All right. Katie Pratt, thanks very much.